631-9170.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. What is going on? It is Kaplan and Crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios along with Grande and the Brown Man. It is Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. And just getting really rolling here. Yes.
That look to the right every time.
Well, it's funny. It's kind of like, you know how on Sunday Night Football with Al Michaels and Chris Collinsworth, they would do the slide where Al would be introducing the game. Tonight it's the Rams and it's the 49ers, and it's a matchup of two coaches who've gone back and forth over the years where Kyle Shanahan has had the best of Sean McVay, and let's bring in Chris Collinsworth, and then Collinsworth slides in. Right?
Yeah.
Every time I mention the date, I literally have to look up in the corner and see what the date is because I'm looking at the corner of my computer right there. April 13th, 2022. For those of you that are listening on ESPN 1090 on traditional radio, so happy to have you guys here. For everybody that's with us on YouTube, hey, I heard what you said. You're annoyed now? You're annoyed because of my whole Island Boy thing? I just found out about the Island Boys, okay? Cut me a break, man. And for those of you that are catching up to us tonight on television, look, I got it. There's a lot of competition, but the Padres are playing now. Game will be long over. So come hang out tonight on Channel 4 San Diego, Channel 4 Santa Barbara, and it's 118 if you're in Orange County or LA and you're a Cox or Spectrum cable subscriber. And then, of course, on all the different audio podcast platforms. We're here. We got a lot of different places where you can get us. Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, Amazon Music, iHeart. So kind of everywhere you get audio podcasts, that's where you can find us. All right, fellas, the Padres are playing right now. But we said in the opening segment, a lot of weird stuff happened last night. Yu Darvish got roughed up, barely made it out of like 2 innings. Will Myers wound up relief pitching for the Padres and gave up 2 home runs. A coach from the Giants accused a coach from the Padres of saying something racist, and the coach from the Giants is the guy who got tossed and then told the whole story after the game. And as a result, the Giants put in a backup first base coach, which is the first woman in the history of baseball to coach a game, to be in uniform, to be on field like this. So
that's not it.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, yeah.
Keep going.
Wait, did you forget about unwritten rules being broken with the Giants stealing second base with a 9-run lead and the Giants dropping down a bunt with like a 12-run lead? Did you forget the unwritten rules being broken?
Yeah, it was kind of like what you said earlier about how the game was really boring early and it, was kind of out of control early. So you said you moved over to the Clippers T-Wolves game.
I did.
Yeah, I was. Well, I'll tell you honestly, I was driving down from LA last night and I was trying to listen to the Padres game and total static. Then I turn over to listen to a Dodger game and I'm in like Oceanside at this point. Dodger game, because they had a rain delay against Minnesota, crystal clear. I'm listening to an LA radio station about the Dodgers in Oceanside, and I'm trying to listen to a Padres game on a San Diego radio station in San Diego County. Listen, I'm just going to say to the Padres, 1090, you get San Diego, Orange County, LA, and Ventura County. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So the unwritten rules. No, I wasn't familiar with what happened during the game.
Yeah. Well, here, I mean, I think it kind of it ties. It's not an unwritten rule, but the Timberwolves getting clowned for celebrating like they won the championship after beating the Clippers last night, and the Padres getting upset that dude lays down a bunt when they're down 11-2 in the 6th inning. I mean, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't have a problem with either. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah.
I've said this before when I think the Dodgers got pissed off at the Angels, that the Angels were getting their ass kicked and they dropped down a bunt and Dave Roberts got all pissed off in the dugout. Like, how dare you try to come back? So it's the same thing here. This is the 6th inning. Like, it's 11-2. If you guys are so upset, then just quit. Well, then don't even play no more. If there's no, there's nothing to play for here.
What was the issue between the Padres and the Dodgers when Kershaw was pitching for the Dodgers and Dave had a problem with something that the Padres did because he said, that's Clayton Kershaw up there.
Right.
Respect. That was somebody.
Grisham.
Grisham hit a home run and was clowning him.
Right. Yeah. And this is also goes back to the Grand Slam in Texas, that Jace Tingler made Fernando Tatis apologize for. It's like all these stupid unwritten things in baseball.
Yeah. Yeah. So listen, the Padres have done it and the Padres have had it done to them. So don't kvetch about it. Okay. Don't complain about it.
If it's really, honestly, in baseball, and as a general rule for baseball, if there's unwritten rules about what you can and cannot do based on the score,
Mhm.
then there should be a mercy rule, and you should stop playing the game, and you should move on to the next one. Because clearly, last night's game was over in the 6th inning, so why are they still playing? If the Giants can't still go balls out, which, by the way, Gabe Kapler went up to that player and told him something, hey, you don't do that, which I don't get. Like, dude, if they're gonna shift on me and I drop down a bunt, I'm trying to get my job. I'm trying to keep a job here. I get my batting average up. Do something. I have zero problem with stealing bases up big, with dropping down bunts that are when you're up big. No problem at all. Swinging 3-0 when you're up big. I don't give a damn, dude. Do it all. Celebrate your home runs. All that crap.
Yeah.
Love it.
And by the way, the Timberwolves last night, because for those that maybe left the Padre game because it was boring, I doubt that many of you turned over to the Clippers versus the T-Wolves. But if you did, and the T-Wolves win this game last night, and the story is that they celebrated like they just won Game 7 of the NBA Finals on a last-second half-court shot. I don't know. I saw Patrick Beverley for the Timberwolves talking about, hey, look, that was the team that I was on. They didn't want me. That this was the game that I really wanted. I don't know, a lot of emotion when you're playing at this stage of the season. I don't know. I don't have a big problem with it either. All the celebration stuff.
None. Dude.
The Timberwolves
Listen,
won 22 games last year. 22. And before one stint with Jimmy Butler where they made the playoffs, they hadn't made the playoffs since 2004. Like, what? These are a bunch of guys who've never won before. Like, this is what they're doing. Patrick Beverley celebrates everything. He gets a charge, he celebrates. He gets a technical call on you, he celebrates. He gets a technical call on him, he celebrates. Like,
this is also a Minnesota fan base that has to likely deal with being Vikings fans, so they get their hearts ripped out every year. The Twins haven't done anything ever. I don't even know who their hockey team is. You know what I'm saying? This is a Minnesota fan base that is desperate for something good to happen. So when something good happens, I have no problem with it. And I do get other players ripping them or making fun of them. I think Kuzma tweeted, like, looks like the Wolves won the ship and stuff like that.
Kuzma,
he's a winner.
Honestly, like, Kuzma should seriously, like, dude, who are you and where are you?
NBA champion.
Oh, right.
Bubble ship.
Right.
Bubble ship.
Guy who LeBron gave a ring to. Right. Forgot about
Charles
him.
Barkley especially Charles Barkley talking trash about the Wolves. It's like, what do you know about winning a championship? I'm surprised Shaq didn't bust that line out. You don't know, Chuck. You ain't win.
Chuck, you ain't
What
never
is
won
it?
nothing, Chuck. You ain't never won
Great
nothing. Come on,
players.
Chuck.
I understand why great individual players will have an issue with guys taking celebration like that. But the average NBA player should have
Kyle
nothing
Kuzma.
to say.
Yeah, like a
Kyle Kuzma.
Right.
It was okay.
Zip
It was funny.
Well, can we see it? Can we show everybody what we're talking about? Because I'm going to just take a guess here that if you're a Padres fan and you were watching the Padres last night, and I don't know how many of you decided to stick around beyond just the early part of the game where Darvish gets destroyed. We'll show you some stats here in a second. But if you did go over to the basketball stuff, great. For those of you who didn't or haven't even seen like the sports highlights about what happened last night, can you show us what we're talking about?
This is just Patrick Beverley specifically,
Okay.
because he was just going absolutely mad last night. I think my favorite part about Patrick Beverley was that he talked trash in front of Steve Ballmer, like right in front of Steve Ballmer.
Look at him going crazy. We're watching the video.
Yeah.
Oh, and
it was like Kobe. It's like Kobe when he won.
I was thinking more like, wasn't there more of like a Kevin Garnett kind of a Minnesota thing? You know,
anything's possible.
Look at these guys. They're standing on the table.
They won the championship.
No,
look at this. Look at this. Yeah, boy. We're the 7th seed. We're gonna get swept by the Grizzlies.
He threw his jersey into the stands.
Like, come on. There is a bit of humor in what they did.
Of course, this is hilarious.
Yeah.
And but listen, I'm not ripping them for doing it. I'm just laughing at them because it's funny.
It is funny. It is funny.
I thought it was great.
Post game, Pat Bev was even funnier. Did you guys see everything he was saying about the Clippers?
No, let's hear it.
Take their ass home. Long flight to LA. Take y'all ass home.
Weak ass Clippers. Beat they motherfucking ass. Out of here. Out of here.
Yeah. Get the out of here.
You know, I hate Pat Bev, but when he does it against the Clippers, I love him.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, I love him.
Look at Browner. What's with the face? I love the face.
I got no problem with that. I got no problem with that.
I totally forgot. I thought the Clippers were eliminated last night. I forgot how the play-in
Oh
went.
yeah, they still got to
I was
play.
super stoked. I was like,
Right.
yeah, they're out.
Win.
Oh wait, no, they got it.
Yeah.
Win.
This
Go
is why
back to keep winning.
This is why it's better that the Lakers aren't even in it. It's humiliating to not make it, but it's kind of also humiliating to only be in it. And then when you lose in the first round of the play-in, and now you've got to play one more game just to play into the playoffs. Like honestly, like the Lakers who couldn't win 2 games in a row since early January or early February, whatever it was.
They finished on a win streak.
A win streak of 1?
2.
Oh, really? They did?
They won their last 2 games. Yeah.
Oh, I checked out. You'll have to excuse me. Well, all of this started because we were
Brown fact.
Yeah, we were talking about the Padres. we started talking about the Padres, and you, Alex, said that you left the Padre game after the second inning to go over to the Clippers T-Wolves game. That's how this whole thing came to be.
Correct. But that Padres game last night, like that's a lot of stuff for one game, dude. That's a lot of stuff.
Those are a lot of
for
storylines.
one baseball game, 5-6 games in.
Right. A lot of storylines. Here, listen to these storylines. We have them listed here. You ready? And this is the way we put it together before the show. And this isn't really a part of the storyline for last night's game, but it becomes a part of the storyline, especially when we talk about starting pitchers. Mackenzie Gore, Browner, you are going to see it for the first time. Mackenzie Gore expected to start for the Padres on Friday. And I only bring it up this way because given the performance last night of Yu Darvish, while the first 3 starts for the Padres, everybody was raving about their pitching staff, 6 innings scoreless, 6 innings hitless, 7 innings scoreless and hitless. And then Joe Musgrove was really good in the third game. But Yu Darvish last night, horrendous. And Blake Snell hurt. And Mike Clevenger hurt. And so here comes Mackenzie Gore. We're going to take a look, Brown. We're finally going to see Mackenzie Gore.
I win the bet.
This is the depth. This is the depth we talked about. Now let's see if it's any good. Let's see if it's any good. We knew these guys had the ability to get hurt. And now it's time to see if Mackenzie Gore is worth it. All the hassle, all the trouble, all the agent issues, I don't like how he's being brought up, and now it's put up or shut up.
That's why I told you, Browner, like when you say the Padres have the best rotation in baseball.
Yeah, it's a good hot take.
You're counting on a lot of health that just doesn't exist.
Never does.
Blake Snell getting placed on the injured list likely tomorrow. Clevenger already there. Austin Adams getting hurt. And now you're relying on a guy, Nick Martinez, who looked decent, looked good against the Giants. And now Darvish did not look. Darvish was awful last night.
Hey, by the way,
now you got Mackenzie Gore, who you don't know.
Who, by the way, will make his major league debut against the defending world champions at home.
They're not a juggernaut. I like his.
I'm not saying they're a juggernaut. I'm just saying that it's not like you're going, hey, we're playing against this crap team. It's the first series of the season at Petco Park. It's not opening day. That's Thursday, but it's Friday night. The place will be buzzing. It'll be electric. There'll be a vibe, And
they clearly listened to the show because that's what we said. This is the time to bring him up. He had a good start. Bring him up. Don't let him be the opening day starter. Fill in that Blake Snell slot. Let him come out. Let him not be the opening day starter, but follow that up. There's still good energy, still positivity. Everybody's going to be on his side. The energy will be in the building to see him throw. It'll be great.
Yeah. Hey, one thing, as we're talking, hopefully, as we're
we'll
talking
be
about,
positive energy.
Are you going Friday night, Alex? Is Friday night your game?
No, I'm going tomorrow, opening day.
You know what's so funny? Did you just cough and like put a mute button on your mic? Prior to that, Browner, I think, was talking, or you were talking, and my nose is itching like a mofo. And I'm like sitting here like scratching my nose, and I'm like, there's nothing I can do. The camera's on me. Back in the old days, it was just radio. It was just audio. I don't care. I pick my nose on the air. Nobody cares. Nobody sees it.
You're a fan of the 3-shot.
But I love the 3-shot. I love seeing all 3 of us together. But my nose is itching like a mofo. And here I am scratching. And there's somebody sitting at home right now watching on Channel 4 San Diego. And they're going, ugh, with him with the nose and the itching. Does he not know he's on camera? Because they don't do this on Pardon the Interruption. They don't do this on First Take. What, Browner?
They just cut away.
Well,
I'm constantly touching my face on camera.
Yeah, no, they do.
I'm a face toucher, scratching, itching, just going like this. Like I don't even realize it. Just do it.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Hey, well said. Very well said.
It is what it is.
All right, let me keep going here. So Mackenzie Gore is going to start on Friday, but this just gets us back to what happened last night. So let's take a look. The Yu Darvish first game against the Diamondbacks. We asked this question: are the Padres as good as they looked in the first series, or are the Diamondbacks terrible? Yu Darvish first game against the Diamondbacks versus his second game against the Giants. Go ahead, Alex. Take us through this.
Diamondbacks 6 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, three strikeouts, 4 walks. Last night, 1.2 innings pitched, 8 hits, 9 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Oof.
9 earned runs.
Oof.
And I think they just left him in there because they're like, yo, like we don't really know who else to go to here if we take him out. Because Chris Matt just threw 3 on Sunday because they had to scratch Snell, which, by the way, Fat Tony, what the hell were you talking about in that text chain?
Okay, so Fat Tony sent us a text, and he said, here's the deal on Blake Snell. He's not really hurt. It's just that the Padres were planning on starting Blake Snell, so the Giants adjusted their lineup to Blake Snell. Excuse me, the Diamondbacks adjusted their lineup to Blake Snell. So then the Padres decided to scratch Blake Snell to start a different pitcher to accommodate the Padres against that lineup. And
because he was listening to another show who that person happens to be on the broadcast, and he was insinuating that is what happened, where all reports were like, no, he actually got hurt. He has the abdominal strain again, the abductor strain again, and that's the same injury that he dealt with in September. But yeah, let's go with that with Fat Tony. Let's go with what the Tony said.
Yeah, right. We raised another young guy in this town, Tony Gwynn Jr., who we raised at 1090 and then essentially handed off to the Padres, as the Padres just kind of raided the old 1090, right? And so there's another kid we brought up in this town, and he has a conspiracy theory that Blake Snell's not really hurt, that it was all just strategy. We'll see if Blake Snell really goes on the injured list tomorrow. All right, hold on for 1 second. I do want to talk more about it because, Alex, your point is well made. Last night's just a baseball game, and it was only game, 5 of the season, 6, something like that. So not anything to get hyped about, but man, a lot of weird stuff happened in this baseball game, including the first female in uniform on the field. And I actually want to talk about that as a dad of 3 girls. I'm pretty excited about that. Before we do, hey, Brown, yesterday, you get out on that Ride One Up e-bike?
No, man, I had some responsibilities yesterday. I let it rest. I had to let it rest because, I had that battery charge up. It only needed like an hour and a half, but nevertheless, I had to take it easy on the day. It needed the day off.
Okay, I understand. Hey, I tell everybody all the time that these Ride One Up e-bikes are the best. And here's why I say that. Because I bought an e-bike 2 years ago at the beginning of COVID, and I spent way too much money on it. In fact, I've told the story. I sold a car and bought 2 e-bikes. And these e-bikes were way too expensive, but they were in high demand. You couldn't get them. And I love the bike. It's just that it's big and heavy and bulky. So like if you want to put it on the back of a car, it's a pain in the ass to travel with. Trying to get up hills can be hard because the bike is really heavy, and then you put my fat ass on it. So Ride One Up, I met these guys through their CEO, Daniel Urbino, longtime Great Friends listener, who said, hey, man, I would love to use the show to market to the audience. And we're doing really good. Like we've sold some bikes like right away. But for those of you that have not yet bought one, or you're trying to still figure it out, compare, shop around. That's fine. The battery life, the braking system, the comfort of the ride, the lightweight of the bike in comparison, the easy to travel. It's all awesome. Ride1up.co/great-friends. That's our landing page, ride1up.co/great-friends. And when you use the promo code Great Friends when you check out, you'll save $50. And now they're even sending you a complimentary phone case, or not a case, but like a holder. You mount it on your handlebars and you have your phone. You can listen to your music. You can follow directions, whatever. But Browner, you have a demo, which I know you think is like your own bike now. Like you're never giving it back. I know you feel that way, right? Yeah. We're giving one away. We're giving away a Ride One Up e-bike. So let's show you how. Grande, if you could.
It's very simple. Go to Instagram, follow @ride_1up. So follow them @ride_1up. Once you follow them, email them at marketing@ride1up.com and let them know that you followed them. That is your official entry into the sweepstakes of this Ride One Up bike.
Yep, and
so follow them @ride1up, ride_1up. Then email them marketing@ride1up.com. Let them know. And that's it.
Super simple. Hey, you got a chance to win one of these great e-bikes. Browner, how would you like to have one for free?
Listen, man.
A second one.
or hold on to this one.
There's nothing better than more than one. What's better than one? 2.
That's right. That's right. Because here's the reality of the situation. You really just can't buy one. You need to buy 2. Because if you buy one, you'd be like, yo, you want to go e-biking? And the other person's like, I don't have an e-bike. You have to buy 2. They come in pairs. In fact, we're buying 2 to put up in Mammoth at Rachel's Mammoth house. And
You
then
got to buy 4.
say again.
You got to buy 4.
You know, you might be right. You might be right because, you bring another couple up and then you're like, hey, you guys, we're going to go e-biking. And then they're like, really? You guys have e-bikes? Yeah, we got 4 of them sitting in the garage right now. Yeah. And listen, the cost, I mean, they're cost effective enough that you can do it. So rideoneup.co/great friends. All right, listen, last night, again, so much weird stuff happened in this Padre game. And I just want to talk about one thing that I thought was really cool, which is the first female in uniform to ever be on the field in a Major League Baseball game. It's hard to believe that we're saying that, but when you think about it, you're like, yeah, I guess that makes a bunch of sense, doesn't it? There's never been a female player. There's never been a female manager. There's never been a female position coach to be on the field in uniform. So I want to talk about this because I will say, as a dad of girls, I love being able to show my daughters how the world is changing and how they can do whatever they might want to do, which I think is really cool. All right, so stick around. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios along with Grande and the Brown Man. This is Kaplan and crew. We got a lot more to get to, including today. We're going to get a report from Poland on the Ukrainian border. I'll tell you more about that coming right up.
We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
Hanging out at the beach? What a lifestyle. And you could be here every day if you entered the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego.
Grand prize is this multi-million-dollar home 1 block from the ocean. Or you can win a sports car, a dream vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a fabulous prize. The Giving Back Raffle helps families in need, like the Uggan family.
Visit sdraffle.com to learn more.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living. Mondays at 9 on Your View.
So I became a dentist because I just love science and I love art. I have a music background, so I wanted to do something that I can use the hand dexterity that I've developed, through my musical training. We've had a practice in San Diego for 25 years. It's called the Super Dentist. For over 2 decades, I've had parents ask me the same questions on a daily basis. And so I decided to put all of this information in one place. I wrote a book. Title of it is If Your Mouth Could Talk. Because if your mouth could talk, it would tell you about the condition of your entire life. Right now, the oral care marketplace is a mess. And so we decided to launch a new company called Supermouth, which is a subscription model of oral care. And so we want to be proactively educating parents, providing the tools and the oral care products to make sure they can raise healthier, happier, more successful kids. The education piece is a key piece in our company, because if you're educated as a parent, you're going to do the right things. People can find my book, If Your Mouth Could Talk, themouthbook.com, and purchase the book there, and also get some special gifts to go along with the book.
You always want to live in the best home possible. And that's what really at the heart of what our business is all about. And for over 20 years now, we've been focused on helping people get to the right property. At Move Up San Diego, we have created systems that are duplicatable, because that creates the same results. Whether it's a trade-in option that we're doing a lot of right now, which allows people to be a cash buyer before they actually sell their home, or our moving concierge program, which actually helps you not just with the buying and selling of a property, but we help with the entire move. The best way to get a hold of Move Up San Diego is to either visit our website, moveupsandiego.com, or you can download our app called Move Up Homes, or you can call me direct on my cell phone at 858-204-7259.
Listen to The Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and themightier1090.com.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on Your View.
It doesn't matter what your background is and where you come from. If you have dreams and you have goals, and that's all that really matters.
I belong to Charlie.
When you black, it's not a movement, it's a lifestyle. This is who we are.
The Rising. Check your local listings for air dates and times.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
University of San Diego baseball got the win against their crosstown rival in San Diego State on Tuesday night, 8-3. SDSU had the 3-2 lead in the top of the third, but USD's Angelo Peraza tied things back up in the bottom of the fifth with a sac fly RBI. USD then pulled ahead on a bases-loaded walk drawn by Camden Vasquez in the sixth to take the lead, and they'd hold on from there. The Toreros drew 10 walks on the night against the Aztecs. Last weekend, USD dropped the series with Portland after losing the second game of a doubleheader on Saturday in extra innings. USD resumes West Coast Conference play this week with the series against Loyola Marymount. Fun tidbit, from the beginning of 2019 until now, USD has the best record in the WCC at 96-48. Next best in that time is Gonzaga at 93-59 and St. Mary's at 91-71. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Replacing missing teeth with the new small diameter or mini implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Joe Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome to the program.
Great to see you again.
I'm tax attorney Adam Brewer. If you have a serious tax problem with the IRS or state of California, then you don't need a tax relief company, you need a tax attorney. Call or visit my website to schedule your free tax evaluation.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the Mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Yo, 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 great friends. What is going on? It is Kaplan and crew from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, along with Grande and the Brown Man. Today is Wednesday afternoon. I'm going to try not to look, Alex. Ready? I think today is April 13th. Am I right? Is
Correct.
that the date? Yeah. I didn't have to look up at the corner. April 13th, 2022. Kaplan and crew with Grande and the Brown Man. So listen, guys, I mentioned at the end of the last segment, and you're probably wondering, like, what the hell were you talking about? I have it in my notes. Here's how I have in my notes today. Law, doc, rabbi. Law, doc, rabbi. That's how I have it in my notes today. So we have Jason Lawhead, our longtime great friend, who, by the way, Browner, are you starting to write any of your material? Did everybody hear this? That on 420, Big Bad Browner is the opening act for Jason Lawhead down at Humphreys by the Bay. So it's 420. Everybody's going to be ready to laugh and have a good time. And Browner is doing 15 minutes of stand-up before Lawhead takes over and does probably, 45 minutes. Brown, are you writing material? Are you putting together notes? Are you thinking about what you're going to talk about? I'm curious. Where are we in all of this?
The process is underway. I wouldn't consider the jokes being written. They're more bullet points and then expanding on those said topics, judging on the energy I get from the audience.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a process in how I'm trying to create it. It might not work. It might work. We'll see. It's the process. So we got to fill that thing out.
If you don't get a ton of laughs, you're going to have to immediately make a decision.
Bail.
I like this and I need like redemption, or I don't like this and I don't want to deal with this ever again. If you get
I've already got 3 dates set up with him already.
Oh, you're moving on.
Yeah, I'm moving on to the next round.
Oh, so really? Where are these next 3 dates?
We're working on them.
Okay. So you're like becoming Lawhead's opening act right now is what you're saying.
It appears to be that way. It appears to be that way.
Because I was going to tell you, dog, if everybody laughs and thinks you're hilarious on 420, you might, your ego might get pumped up, but then you got to bring it back down to reality. And remember, it's 420. Everybody was primed and ready to go on 420. Everybody was there to laugh on 420. You feel me?
My ego has been out of control for a very long time.
Yeah, I understand that part.
This won't take it down or bring it up.
Okay.
You can't let any air out of that balloon.
All right. Well,
I just watched a clip of Bernie Mac. I don't know if you guys ever seen it. I think it was at the Apollo in New York.
Wait, don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Okay.
I ain't afraid of you mother effers.
Yeah. That one. Browner, watch that. If you ever get any sort of nerves, you watch that.
Dude,
that's how you control an audience.
Dude, I've watched that thousands of times.
Yeah.
Bernie Mac walking out, and he goes, I'm well endowed. He goes, I'm big. I'm trying to remember the jokes that he was telling, but he was making up these jokes about how big he is, how well endowed he is. And then he goes, because let me tell you something. I ain't afraid of you mother effers. Kick it. And the DJ would start spinning, and the crowd was going nuts. And if you really go back and you really, really watch it, it's not like that his jokes are so brilliant. It's just the energy, Browner, to your point. It's how he's taking it from the crowd,
So the backstory to that was that everybody that was going on before him, because that was a Def Comedy Jam.
Right.
Everyone was going before him was getting booed because the crowd was like super hard that night.
Yeah.
Right.
And the guy who walked off before he came on said, "Man, it's tough out there." And so he came out there with a different, like, F you to the crowd.
Right. He was wearing these pants, these jeans that had Malcolm X, like spray painted, graffitied onto his jeans. And he was like, he wasn't taking it. He wasn't having it from this audience. I ain't afraid of you, mother.
It's one of the most impressive. Like you said, Scott, it's not that funny. It was one of the most impressive performances I've ever seen. Like to control an audience and basically flip them off for 6 or 7 straight minutes.
Yeah.
Like I don't give an F about any of you mother effers in here. I am gonna say things and you will laugh.
Yeah.
And it was so impressive. Like it was so impressive.
There's this one line, I'm trying to remember it. He said, I went to go visit these brothers in jail. And I walked up to this one brother and I said, yo, brother. I said, how long you in for? And he said, ever. And I said, that's a long time, because I ain't afraid of y'all mother effers. Kick it.
I wonder if that set would have bombed if he didn't go, because it wasn't that funny.
No, it wasn't that funny at all. God, it's one of those things. It's one
a
of those
good hype up thing to watch, Browner.
I compare that Bernie Mac at the Apollo Theater, I believe, at a Def Comedy Jam. I compare that to hard times, Daddy. You don't know about hard times. When the textile workers around this country got 4, 5 kids, can't pay their payments, can't buy the food, hard times. Or when the auto workers are out of work and hard times. Or when a man had worked at a job for 30 years. 30 years. They give him a watch, they kick him in the butt, and they say, hey, a computer took your place, Daddy. That's hard times. Why are you giving me a dirty look, Browner?
Because those are not the same.
I didn't say they're the same. I'm saying that when you get hyped up from them,
See, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't watch other people's jokes to tell jokes because I'm afraid of those jokes getting in.
No, they're not. You're not going to steal his jokes.
And not. No. Not. I'm saying me, the individual.
Yeah.
Because Alex was saying that's a good thing to watch to get pumped up.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do that because I'm always afraid of someone else's joke getting in there and then me repeating that joke.
Hack.
So
He's a hack. Right.
What?
Stole a joke. He's a hack.
You don't want to get Carlos Mencia, dude. You don't want to.
Right.
You don't want Rogan rushing on stage and be like, "This mo effer steals jokes."
Right.
You don't want that. So here's the thing. So okay, on my notes I have law, doc, rabbi. The law part is Jason Lawhead, who is coming up a little bit later on today. Jason Lawhead went to the Masters this past weekend with comedian Bill Burr. And as I recall the story going, Burr had set up this Masters trip, and somebody like Lawhead was a part of his early career. And so Burr was rewarding Lawhead by taking him down to the Masters. But Burr also had this infatuation with Lawhead's father, who was like this legendary high school basketball coach in Ohio. It all got blown up a couple of years ago because of COVID. So Burr was finally fulfilling this whole thing. And Burr took Lawhead and Lawhead's dad, Coach Lawhead and Ref Lawhead, and took them both down to the Masters. And we're going to hear the story from Jason Lawhead coming up in just a little bit. But it turned into Browner telling us about his opening act, which is really exciting. 4:20. The three of us will be at Torrey Holistics that day. And then that night, we will all be down at Humphreys by the Bay as Browner and Lawhead take the stage. Brown, we got to find out about like tickets and what we do,
He's getting that information today.
All right, beautiful. The next part of my notes, it says Doc, and that's Dr. Thomas Maxey, who's going to join us because on Friday, we have a happy hour IV lounge down at I Thrive MD. Now, this is down in Mission Valley. This is my first ever what I'm calling IV lounge happy hour because it's Friday afternoon. And so maybe you're getting off from work early. Maybe you're going to the Padre game that night. I want you to come down. I'm going to give you a phone number, 858-240-1497, 858-240-1497. Call I Thrive MD. Say, I want to be part of the Great Friends Happy Hour IV Lounge, and I'll see you guys down there on Friday at 1 o'clock. We'll take an IV. We'll get hydrated, a lot of vitamins, a lot of nutrients. You're going to feel great, and you're going to be off to a terrific weekend. I Thrive MD this Friday, the IV Lounge at 1 p.m., 858-240-1497. So I've got law, doc, and then my last note says rabbi. I told this story, was it yesterday, Alex, when we told this? Yeah. So yesterday, for those of you that missed it, because we were not on the radio yesterday, we gave way to the Ducks game. A friend of mine from college, his father was a rabbi. He graduated college, went to rabbinical school, I guess. He became a rabbi. He married a woman who's a rabbi. And now he's got a congregation. He's a rabbi. He's a religious leader in Annapolis, Maryland. And he is in Ukraine and on the border of Ukraine and Poland on like a humanitarian relief effort of some kind. So my buddy, Rabbi Ari Goldstein, who, by the way, he married me and my ex-wife. How do you like that? He was the rabbi. He was the rabbi that married me and my ex-wife.
Wow. Was that a sign of good luck or bad luck?
I don't know. I don't know what his percentage is of I don't know. Yeah. He could be 0 for 1 for all I know.
I'm at 100.
That's important. People should start asking that question. Like, if someone's going to marry you, go, how many people have you married before? And they go 4. Like, well, are they still together? Well, 1 for 3. All right, we're going to look for somebody else.
Alex, you say you're 3 for 3?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's how long have all these people been married?
Combined?
So yeah.
9 years, 3 kids. 9 years, a week,
you need
and
at least
3
20.
kids.
You need at least 20 years.
Yeah. If you have a couple that you married get to 20 years, that's a success. If you have a couple get divorced before 20 years, that's a fail.
I agree, but
so you're doing good.
I'm new to the game.
Yeah, you're doing good. All right, so that's it. Law, doc, rabbi, all coming up. And Rabbi Ari is literally on the border of Ukraine and Poland, and he's been working there and helping with the refugee movement and so on. So we'll talk to him about what's going on over there. All right, so we got a really great show coming up as we are from the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Guys, back to last night's game, and I know the Padres are playing right now, but we mentioned it earlier. So much happened in one freaking baseball game. But forget about Will Myers giving up home runs pitching, or Yu Darvish, who can't even get through 2 innings, or a coach from the Giants accusing a coach from the Padres of racist undertones and guy getting tossed from the game. That coach who got tossed from the game gave way to a historical moment in baseball. The very first female in uniform on a Major League Baseball field as a coach. So this woman comes into the game as a first base coach. Now, I don't know about the rest of you guys. To me, I'm almost surprised to hear this. Here's Eric Hosmer shaking her hand, like congratulating her. When I do NFL football games, I see a couple, I know 1 or 2 females in uniform, zebras, like black and white, jerseys and the black pants and the hat. And I always go up and say hello and shake hands. I find it fascinating. NBA, Browner, there are a ton of, well, I say a ton, I don't know exactly what the numbers are, but there are female officials that referee NBA basketball games.
Yes. There are at least 7 of them. 5 to 7, because 5 I know. The one I really know is Violet Palmer, because I think she was the first one. And there's also a woman who they did a special on 2 years ago, because her father grew up following basketball a lot. Her father passed, and she was fortunate enough to be a summer league referee. At the end of the summer league, at the special, they came up to her later. You're moving up to the big leagues, and she cried and she talked about her dad. And so, the NBA has been very progressive when it comes to adding referees as women. When it comes to head coaches, that's where the wall still exists.
That's gonna be. Listen, you can. I'm all for everybody getting a shot. I think a female head basketball coach in the NBA is gonna be tough. And the reason I say that is just for this. It's kind of like we were talking about earlier this week about Frank Vogel getting fired. I think that players look at him and they go, "Who is this little white guy who didn't play, who he doesn't have a career as a player? I don't think that much of him, and I'm just not. I don't have respect for him, And I feel like a female in an all-male NBA professional basketball situation will have a very hard time earning respect. And I say earning, that's not the right word. Getting is the better word.
I think the easiest sport to have this achieved would be baseball, because the manager is more of a personality manager, and then you're managing small points in the game. So, because baseball is really the individual sport of individual sports, because it's you against the batter, period, in the story. And a manager can kind of give you some tips, but once you go up there, you can't pass the ball to nobody. You can't get a screen. Nobody's gonna block for you. It's just you against the pitcher. And so I think baseball is the best sport where we may see a actual female compete on the field or manage one of the teams.
I don't know.
The Yankees currently have their single A manager is a woman.
Oh wow, interesting.
Rachel Balkovec. She debuted a couple days ago as the first female affiliate of an MLB team to be a manager.
Wow, that's impressive.
I
That's
just
really
think
cool.
that it's weird. It's not weird, but I'm saying I don't know if you guys are saying it won't ever happen, but I don't know who will be the first. But I think that once one does it, it was a big deal. There was one NBA ref, one NFL ref was a female. Now you see him on the court, you don't even think twice about it. You see him on the field, don't even think twice about it. I just think the first is a big deal. The second might be less of a big deal, and then once it starts happening, you don't even think about it anymore. It just happens.
Well, this is cool last night. So even though the Giants coach accuses the Padres coach of saying something to him that he said sounded like racism and enslavement, and he put it out there for everybody. By this coach getting tossed by the umpire, the next in line for the Giants is this young lady to go take the field. So you showed the picture of Hosmer shaking her hand and her kind of taking the field. And by the way, can I ask everybody a question? These new Giants uniforms, are they
They're not
horrendous
new.
or what?
They're from last year, and I
Oh.
can't believe they brought them back. They're the
Yeah.
City Connect jerseys. So MLB, like the
Disconnect.
Nationals got one already. The White Sox
Yeah.
have like the best one from last year.
The White Sox have the best jersey. That's the White Sox City jersey is the best jersey in sports.
So I don't know what the Giants did for bringing it back this year. That's an awful jersey.
It is awful.
The Padres have a City Connect jersey come out in June or July, and I'm very nervous because most of them are ugly as hell.
Yeah.
Most of them are ugly as hell.
Yeah, this Giants uniform looks terrible. But anyway, here she is. And I gotta say, I never heard of her before last night, and I would never have heard of her if she doesn't go into the game last night. Do you know her name?
Alyssa Nakin.
Alyssa Nakin.
Yeah.
Is it really pronounced Nakin? Because that sounds like naked.
Just listen to a clip from last night, and that's what they said.
All right. Well, let's hear. She did a post-game interview. Is that right?
Yes.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
All right.
Would love to.
Okay,
I'd
I'm
love
getting
to do
to
that
it.
for you.
Just congratulations and happy for you and go get them. Very simple, just like that. But it was awesome. I mean, I feel I've never felt any sort of lack of support in this organization or against any of Bob Melvin's teams. So it's been awesome. I mean, this group in here is really special. So to go out there and just be ready to step in for that moment, it was a no-brainer, and this is my job.
Wow, that is super cool. Now, those of you who are listening are like, what are you getting so crazy about this for? Who cares? I mean, like, is everybody else in the world going to make a big deal about this today? Probably not. I don't think so. I mean, I've been watching ESPN all morning, and then Dodger game is on earlier, and Padre game is on now, and I don't think the world is making a big deal out of it. But I know for me, this resonates. This hits home. I'll tell you why. I have 3 girls. And that, I mean, it's obvious that, okay, I got you, pal. You're a girl dad. I got it. But like my daughters are all huge sports fans. My daughter, Jillian, who's coming home from Boise State, she's like, Dad, how many Padre games we're going to go to this summer? My daughter, Jaden, who's getting ready to leave to go to Tulane in August, she's like, Dad, I want to make sure we hit some Padre games before we leave. Even my little one, Julia, she loves it. They love going to games. And on Sundays, they love watching football. I have raised these girls right, people. Okay. On Sundays, they love football. I always tell my daughters, like, you're going to make somebody so happy when you get married. Because when your husband says, hey, let's just watch football on Sunday, you're going to be like,
down.
Yeah. You don't have to convince me. That's what I've done my whole life is watch football on Sunday.
And the best part is they're open to cheer for anybody because their team abandoned them. And so whomever they're dating, they can easily be convinced to cheer for said team.
Yeah, right.
Because you've grown up not a fan of any team because you've covered the sport, and then the team left that you would have cared about, and so now they're wide open for whoever.
And the older one has no problem being a traitor, so it's all good.
Right.
Even if you do have an alliance to San Diego State, why not go to Boise State?
That's true. I'll just say this. I guess what I'm really getting at is that if you're a dad and you got girls and you see this young lady take the field for the San Francisco Giants as a coach in uniform, and she looks like a woman and she's got long hair that's braided and she sounds like a woman and this is my job, and she's attractive, and you're like, you could do that. Like, you could do that. I took my daughter Jillian with me a few weeks ago up to LA. She wanted to go see the Lakers were playing. That was the night that LeBron didn't play. It was against Philadelphia. And I took her with me to ESPN. And the reason I did is because I wanted her to see the program director is female. The producer is female. The board operator is female. There's all these females in what is traditionally a male-dominated world, So I was trying to say to my daughter, 19 years old, hey, you're in college now. And when you get out and you decide what it is you want to do, doesn't really matter what you are, just you go do it. And this young lady with the San Francisco Giants last night, she kind of illustrates that, I think. So, I don't know. I think this is a very cool story.
I do too.
It all happened because racism.
Racism for the win.
Such a weird. Ain't that such a weird thing, man? Like, I can't get over how weird that is. Like, a coach accused another coach of being racist, And that led to a moment of historic, groundbreaking thing for females. Like, it's just like, what? It's like, it's the whole thing is just, it's bizarre, man. It's
When your
awesome.
number gets called, you better be ready.
Yes, and she was, but it's like, bad
It would have been
story.
different. It would have
Yeah,
been
it's
different
just
if he got hurt. Like somebody ran into him.
He took
hurt
a
his
line
ankle.
drive to the,
Right.
right?
Yes.
But yeah, coach got tossed because a white guy yelled racist things at him. That coach, it's just like, it's so bizarre, man.
You know what else was racist is that the black guy got thrown out of the game for accusing the white guy of racism, and the white guy stayed in the game. That's racist.
That's what he said. He's like, this empowers more guys like Mike Schilt, more white guys to say whatever they want because they're going to kick the black guy out.
Oh, man. Come on, dude. I don't know, man. I don't know. Like you said earlier, it's how you took it. It's how you received it. But I don't know. I think we are all of us are on edge with sensitivity today. But again, I wasn't on the receiving end, so I won't judge. All right, coming up, let me say Jason Lawhead's going to be here. Rabbi Ari from the front lines in Ukraine is going to be here. And I also want to get into this Derek Carr story and his new contract. Stick around. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
You're listening to the 50,000-watt Powerhouse, bringing you the new generation of radio up and down all of California with a little bit of attitude. This is SoCal Sports Talk, the all-new and mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on Your View.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on Your View and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on Your View.
Replacing missing teeth with the new small diameter or mini implants. With us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Joe Gillespie. Dr. Gillespie.
Hey, Randy.
Welcome to the program.
Great to see you again.
Here's Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout with Haley Stasiak.
University of San Diego baseball got the win against their crosstown rival in San Diego State on Tuesday night, 8-3. SDSU had the 3-2 lead in the top of the third, but USD's Angelo Peraza tied things back up in the bottom of the fifth with a sac fly RBI. USD then pulled ahead on a bases-loaded walk drawn by Camden Vasquez in the sixth to take the lead, and they'd hold on from there. The Toreros drew 10 walks on the night against the Aztecs. Last weekend, USD dropped the series with Portland after losing the second game of a doubleheader on Saturday in extra innings. USD resumes West Coast Conference play this week with a series against Loyola Marymount. Fun tidbit, from the beginning of 2019 until now, USD has the best record in the WCC at 96-48. Next best in that time is Gonzaga at 93-59 and St. Mary's at 91-71. That's your 60-second timeout. Now back to more Kaplan and Crew tonight.
Kaplan and Crew tonight's 60-second timeout is presented by Your View.
We are very proud to announce that the Mightier 1090 is SoCal's newest ESPN affiliate. Introducing the Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio. One of the largest radio stations in North America just got bigger and better. Joining forces with the worldwide leader of sports, ESPN. The Mightier 1090 ESPN Radio.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on YourView and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on YourView.
Main streets are the heart of our communities, where we connect with our neighbors, support local businesses, and share new adventures. Main Street Living celebrates all of this, bringing you uplifting stories with guests from across the country and your community. Main Street Living covers what's important to you today, from our street to your street. Join Cheryl, Danielle, and Quincy for Main Street Living, Mondays at 9 on YourView.
Rugby. It's America's fastest growing sport and the predecessor of American football, combining football's physicality, the free-flowing grace of soccer, the ball-handling skills of basketball, and the intensity of ice hockey. No pads, no helmets, all action. Rugby Wrap-Up and Major League Rugby every Thursday night at 9 p.m. on YourView.
Hollander Dental is unique because we have been serving the Carlsbad community for over 25 years. We have a very spacious office with ample parking and state-of-the-art technology. The office has been newly renovated, so all the equipment and facility is brand new. Any patient visiting Hollander Dental can expect to be taken care of at every step of their visit.
With care and love and support. So when we're going through tough times, as dental work is and can be, they make it easy for us as patients.
Investing in your smile and your overall dental health in the long run will help you save money by preventing other medical conditions.
I would absolutely recommend Hollander Dental.
I do recommend Hollander Dental to anyone I know who needs something done.
You always want to live in the best home possible. And that's what really at the heart of what our business is all about. And for over 20 years now, we've been focused on helping people get to the right property. At Move Up San Diego, we have created systems that are duplicatable because that creates the same results. Whether it's a trade-in option that we're doing a lot of right now, which allows people to be a cash buyer before they actually sell their home, or our moving concierge program, which actually helps you not just with the buying and selling of a property, but we help with the entire move. The best way to get a hold of Move Up San Diego is to either visit our website, moveupsandiego.com, or you can download our app called Move Up Homes, or you can call me direct on my cell phone at 858-204-7259.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the Mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and YourView, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Hanging out at the beach? What a lifestyle. And you could be here every day if you entered the San Diego Giving Back Raffle, a benefit for Ronald McDonald House Charities of San Diego.
Grand prize is this multi-million-dollar home 1 block from the ocean. Or you can win a sports car, a dream vacation, or cash. Everyone is guaranteed to win a fabulous prize. The Giving Back Raffle helps families in need, like the Uggan family.
Visit sdraffle.com to learn more.
The 2022 San Diego Loyal season is here. Live on YourView and YourView.com. Watch the San Diego Loyal take on the Oakland Roots SC Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. Support the San Diego Loyal as they make their bid for the 2022 USL Championship. Oakland Roots SC versus the San Diego Loyal, Wednesday at 7 on YourView. If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on your view, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. And visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and crew show on the mightier 1090 a.m. ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.